Nigerians, broadly speaking, are beginning to be disappointed. People were expecting that immediately he was sworn in, the lingering fuel crisis will come to an end. People were intimidating petrol station owners that let Buhari be sworn in. This crisis will be over. But today, the fuel scarcity has continued, and Nigerians are still paying far and above the official selling price. So Nigerians are disappointed. Secondly, he made a promise that he would declare his assets publicly. No doubt, he has declared his assets to satisfy constitutional requirements. But he made a promise of open public declaration, which he has not done. The only basis by which any government can fight corruption is first to know the assets and liabilities of that person before he assumed office. So far, he has not been able to do that. And people are beginning to think that perhaps Muhammadu Buhari as a person may not be corrupt. But perhaps the politicians who are corrupt, who surround him, have warned him against public declaration of assets. Now, if you don't declare your asset publicly, how can you now fight corruption? Particularly in the oil sector. In the oil sector, according to the National Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, the big oil companies are owing the Nigerian government not less than $9.8 billion in unpaid taxes. Not only that, in terms of dividends that should belong to the Nigerian government, in terms of the investment of Nigeria in the energy, Nigerian liquefied gas, it is not less than $10 billion not paid to the Federation account. Not only that, we have, according to NAITI, not less than $22.8 billion which ought to have been paid into the Federation account, which has not been paid into the Federation account. It is in fact not reflected in the books at all. $22.8 billion multiplied by 200 naira. Exchange rate now is about 200 naira to $1. That will give you not less than 4.5 trillion naira. This is more than the national budget on the average of Nigeria in the past years on an annual basis. But if the government is not unable, to fight corruption, there's no way they'll be able to retrieve all of these funds and check corrupt practices in Nigeria. So it is disappointing so far. I must also say, he has made some efforts in tackling Boko Haram, but it appears he's even losing that battle because they are more ferocious. More people are being killed than ever before since he assumed office. So, it is not yet Uhuru. So far, he has not given us that hope that is capable. The hopes are being disappointed.
Finally, how would you react to the crisis going on in the Senate right now? Would you also join the call for Bukola Saraki to resign and submit to participant?
I think whatever we do as far as the National Assembly is concerned must be located within the framework of the provisions of the Constitution. The Constitution provides for the independence of the legislature. The legislature is not subordinate to the executive. It is not subordinate to any political party. The legislature as such is a national institution, and the crisis we are witnessing at the National Assembly is just a reflection of the contradiction between legislative independence and legislative enslavement. Saraki has the right to be elected. He may have his own shortcomings in terms of allegations of corrupt practices pending against him. But as he was elected by his colleagues, and that is the provision of the Constitution, he has a right to remain. But if the APC can mobilize enough support within the legislature, they can remove him. If they cannot decree his removal or the removal of any other person that has been elected from outside the legislature. That is my position.